Welcome back, and now we begin with United Bank for Africa's unaudited third quarter 2022 result. And so we start with 2021 gross earnings. There we had 493.44 billion naira, and in 2022 608.29 billion naira. The percentage change there being 23.27. For profit after tax, 104.6 billion naira in 2021, and in 2022 116.04 billion naira. The percentage change there being 11. For interest income in 2021, 343.29 billion naira, and in 2022, 420.23 billion naira. The percentage change there being 22.41. For earnings per share, 2 naira 94 kobo in 2021, and of course in 2022, we have 3 naira 27 kobo. For the profit margin in 2021, 21.2%, and in 2022, 19.08%. Well, Ambrose, I'd like you to talk to us about this particular one. We saw that the bank grew interest income by 22.3% from 343.71 billion naira to 420.23 billion naira, among other things.
Actually, investors should have a plan when investing. When there's any expectation, your strategy is different from when we have seen the actual figure of the company. Actually, will give you the direction where the company is going, so that you can now know how to position your portfolio. Seeing the number coming from UBA, for me, it shows that the banking sector has something that's working for them, and that is a result of the policy change of the central bank. Not only that, as oil price also remain above $90 is a plus for the banking sector, and anywhere in the world being an engine room of any economy, despite fear of high interest rate was to trigger non-performing loan. We're seeing that most of the banks in Nigeria are becoming more risk management advanced in terms of they have improved in their risk management, which is also a plus for them. But looking at the data or the number that came from the bank, this shows that the bank is set forward for another powerful performance for 2022. And not only will be across the banking sector, we have seen impressive number, but the top line moving from almost 22% up is a sign that the 2-digit up and down is a clue that this company at the end of the day a better dividend will come. And if you go down and look at what will support the dividend payment, which is what the earning per share of 3 naira 27 kobo, you can make a forecast easily from here, expect around 4 naira to 410 from the bank. And if that happens, you'll be paying 1 naira for me to be undermining it around 120 kobo. If they do 150, that will work for the market. And don't forget, this is a bank that has operation outside Nigeria. That's also impacting on the despite we're experiencing inflationary pressure across the globe, Africa and Nigeria, but the banking sector all over the world. Go and see the result that came from Bank of America. They're also pointing that this interest rate is also supporting the banking. For me, it's a good number that informs also that UBA is a place to be. When the stock drop as low as 6 naira 75 kobo, I was smiling and said, this is where to be. I think I bounced back already to 7 naira again. This for me, like our colleague have said, there's value on the table for investors, especially those income investors. You can get 2-digit dividend yield. For me, it's a good one to know. Also, the short time of value of money is there between now and end of April. You see your dividend hitting your bank account, and you'll be smiling to the bank. So the bank can also be using your dividend to either to increase your investment or to do other things. For me, there's no cost for that. We're seeing all headwinds here and there, but the figure shows that the company's performance is in order.
All right, let's move on to another one now. Right now, apart from that, we also have the NNF, and that's Northern Nigeria Flour Mill, the Q2 2022 result. And so in 2021, the revenue generated 8.01 billion naira. In 2022, 8.24 billion naira. The percentage change there, 2.86. For profit after tax in 2021, 173.74 million naira. In 2022, 196.70 million naira. The percentage change, 13.24. Earnings per share, we have 97 kobo in 2021, and in 2022, 1 naira 10 kobo. I think I like the improvements in the earnings per share, but I'd like Oladipo to talk to us about this result.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think for
I think I didn't even mention the profit margin. The profit margin in 2021 was 2.50, and in 2022, 2.43%.
Yeah, I think for the Northern Flour Mill, if you look at their results, they've actually been able to actually put up a very good performance despite the peculiarities of the time. Most of these companies, they are actually finding it very difficult to actually access dollars, both in the IE window and also sometimes to actually in the autonomous market. And most of their business thrive on the accessibility of FX, because that's most time they need that for the input to production. But even with that, they were still able to actually grow their revenue by about 2.86%. And we know very well that they have opportunity for better demand, but just that their production, they've not been able to take advantage of it because of the fact of this FX crisis. But however, we saw efficiency in the management of the business, because despite the fact that revenue grew barely by about 2.86%, they were able to grow the profit after tax by about 13.24%, which is actually very, very, very significant when you look at it in comparison with how much they actually grow revenue. And also, if you look at the earnings per share, it shows that the company looks more attractive was last year, and it simply means that for investors, it's also part of the stocks that investors need to put in their basket. Because when you look at companies like this, even going to the end of the year, their business structure is actually a necessity that people will need to actually consume. And as a result of that, we expect them to be able to capitalize on that and be able to further grow revenue while also maintaining their efficiency in the management of the business to further grow their profit after tax. So if you look at companies like this now, when you now compare dividend paid declared in reference to the price, it's also one of the things that investors should also need to consider as their pointer, while they need to also follow companies like this.
All right, thank you so much. We'll move now to GT Cool result, the third quarter 2022 result of GT Cool. 2021 gross earnings 276.39 billion naira, and in 2022 299.20 billion naira. The percentage change 8.25. Profit after tax 129.40 billion naira in 2021, and in 2022 130.35 billion naira. The percentage change 0.73. And then for earnings per share, 4.54 kobo in 2021, and in 2022, 4.55 kobo. The profit margin, 46.82, and then in 2022, 43.57. Mr. Garuba, talk to us about this particular stock.
Well, we thank God that GT is no longer declining. At least its margin, yes, it has been declining for the last 4 consecutive quarters.
Yes.
Around, we can say that it rebounds back, even though marginally, but we can see that it gives hopes and it raises the confidence of the investor over the GTB. And I think that's what makes stability of the prices, even marginally again from as low as 17 naira to about 18 naira. So we hope that this will continue, and this gives us the confidence of the investors that this stock can sustain the dividend of 3 naira, and that gives it a PE ratio of, when you look at the earning undervalued and seriously below the.
Okay, Mr. Kofi, I think that's connection issue right there. But thank you so much for what you have said so far. If you can still hear me, do go ahead, please. All right, I'd like Ambrose to just pick up from there very quickly.
No, I like you have said, looking at the book value and at the same time the profit margin. No, for a bank like GT Code, they've shown in terms of cost efficiency. If GT Code is having about 43.7% profit margin, it shows that this company is well run, or this bank is well run.
I was going to comment on the decline in one of the indices, but when I saw, the profit margin, I had to just keep that to myself.
It shows that, and that is why, we're looking forward to see this season. I've said earlier in GTB, in UBA, that it's all for the banks. They were seeing a part of improvement or hike in NPR reflecting on their performance. That will also continue, because the last MPC we had about 15.5, and that will show in this quarter, not the quarter that's just finished. We have seen the result already. And in addition to the season, we expect, and this company is also going to a holding company. We expect that, yes, let's see the subsidiaries that are going to start also contribute to the bottom line, and that will also reflect for those that are thinking long and also for dividend income. you should look the way of GTB. If you are, you want to say, oh, for dividend purpose, consistent come from banking sector, and GT is one of them that I know their dividend will come as at when due. For me, it's a stock to look. Rather than looking for income investor, look the way of that stock and capital position too. That's why I said when the smart money institutional investor, they are not in the market. When they come, you see volume in the market, and they look for the way of the bank, because this banking sector and also anytime you want to trade banking stock, you don't need to wait. The way you are pushing to the market, you are seeing buyer, not like other stocks that are not liquid. If the banks are liquid, that means if you want to do in and out, that's the area you should be. That means GTB at this price for traders, for investors, you look attractive. All
right. Well, very quickly, we turn our attention to Nigerian Breweries' third quarter 2022 result. For 2021, revenue 309.22 billion naira. In 2022, 393.34 billion naira. The percentage change 27.21. Profit after tax 8.47 billion naira. 2022, 15.26 billion naira. Percentage change 70. Earnings per share 1 naira 5 kobo. In 2022, 1 naira 89 kobo. Dividend 25 kobo. In 2022, 40 kobo. Oladipo, let's have your thoughts on this particular one.
Yeah, thank you very much. On Nigerian bureaus, you can see clearly that they actually display a wonderful performance. And this is a company that they've been able to re-engineer their business structure in a way to compete with their competitors in the market, like Guinness and international breweries. And if you see the revenue, they were able to grow revenue by about a lot of 20%, very close to 30%. That's about 27.21%. Also, like I mentioned earlier on, in a situation where you cannot increase price anyhow, you also need to put in efficiency in the management of the business, and that's also what they actually display here. And they were able to grow their 70%, and that is that is excellent job that they've done there. And also, when you look at their earning per share moved from one naira 5 kobo to 1 naira 89 kobo. It tells you that the level of value that the company has actually created within the first 9 months of the year. And also, he also puts on to the fact that Nigerian Building is also one of the best stocks that you can actually put in your investment basket when you look at the Nigerian Stock Exchange market, because if you look at also the dividend they actually paid, a 25 kobo paid last year compared to 40 kobo for this year. So it means that investors should also expect a better dividend payment by year end. And when you look at the dividend yield of some of these stocks, it also led credence to the fact that we have been mentioning that Nigeria Stock Exchange, stocks on Nigeria Stock Exchange, they are actually not well priced, and as a result of that, there's low.
All right. Okay, thank you for that one. Well, very quickly, we'll look at Guinness Q1 2023 results. Guinness Q1 2023 result. And so for 2022 Q1, they had 47.47 billion naira. And then Q2 revenue 2023, they had 52.85 billion naira. And of course, looking at the percentage change there, 11.33. For profit after tax, 4.04 billion naira. And then 2023, 2.75 billion naira. The percentage change there, minus 32.03. And then for earnings per share, 1 naira 85 kobo. And then in 2023, 1 naira 25 kobo. That's what we have there for the earnings per share for Guinness. Okay, and then let me come to you, Mr. Garba. Talk to us about this stock. Mr. Garba, if you can hear me. Okay, Ambrose,
if you look at the earnings that came from Guinness, I would say this is a misnomer actually. We are seeing an uptrend in the top line, and the bottom line is also declining.
Yes.
And it's a reflection of what is happening also in the industry. And we can see that this is a departure from what we saw in the Nigeria Brewery result. And just you see, but this is also a company that has a June as a year end. We're seeing the first quarter, and the first quarter is starting on a shaking ground. And this also well understand that cost of production has gone up. And people say if there's money or no money, people drink and all those stuff. But I tell you, it is when you have enough that you can drink more, but I don't support that. But now that we are seeing what inflation is doing, also passing your cost to inflation to a level, to consumer a level, also slow down your return, because they might not decide to take what you have, even though we are producing less, they are not taking oil, it's also going to. But for Guinness, I won't say much, but I've said the number is missed. But the good thing is, you look at, after looking at company top line and bottom line, you need to consider how consistent or are the numbers being sustainable going to the future. And that is why, after looking at the profit and loss account of any company, the robust balance sheet, where you should look again is the cash flow of that company, because the cash flow will tell you if there is sustainability of that figure we are seeing. And looking at Guinness, cash flow, you can see from a negative to a positive one, which is a good sign that yes, but for investor, I won't say whether they should buy or sell. They make the choice for themselves.